morning, folks. Cumberland Outdoorsman here, and this is a really cold, frigid Tennessee morning. I think last night it got down to like 15 degrees. So what I'm betting on is as the sun comes out, the deer will start moving. They'll be laid up a little bit this morning, trying to warm up from the sun. But after it's out for a while, I think they'll get out and start moving. Haven't seen anything yet, not even a squirrel. There's a few birds moving, but that's about it. So I'm just going to sit here and I think I'm going to put on my face mask. Well, that's a lot better. Staying comfortable and warm while you're in your tree stand or while you're out hunting, I think will increase your odds because you don't move around as much. You can sit still and be comfortable. So I'm just going to sit here for a while and just see if anything comes along. So stay with me. Well, folks, I've sat here for a little over 2 hours now and haven't seen any deer at all. No deer movement whatsoever. I saw one squirrel right down there, and he moved through here looking for something to eat. I think after he got done with his hickory nut, he went back up in his den where he could stay warm. And I believe that's what the deer are doing. I think they're tucked away somewhere out of the wind. They're not out moving right now. I think they're bedded down and tucked in somewhere where they can keep warm. And I believe that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm ready to get out of this stand. Got a trail camera out. I'm going to go check, see if anything moved on the last couple of days through this particular part of the woods. So I think I'm going to slip on out of here and get back when the weather improves a little bit. I think that'll make the deer move as well. So stay with me. We'll get back in the woods soon. Well, good afternoon, folks. Here we are at one of my tree stands again, and it's getting close to the end of the season. So I need to get a little bit more meat in the freezer. I really don't mind taking a good-sized doe if I can get one, if they'll come through. I haven't seen a lot of deer activity in the last few weeks. The weather's been off and on. Earlier, as you saw in the video, it was really cold, and the wind was just blowing like crazy. Couldn't do much hunting at all. I just didn't have a good place to go. But we're going to give it a try this afternoon and see if anything comes in. Today, I'm shooting my old 30-06 Mauser. This is a customized 30-06. I've taken so many deer with this rifle in the past. In fact, I took my first deer with this rifle. And it's worked so well throughout the years. It's just really smooth. And just been a fine old gun, let me tell you. And what I did is I loaded some reduced powder loadings from my rifle and sighted it in with these. These are 150 grain round nose with a reduced powder charge. So I'm trying not to blast away unnecessary amounts of meat. I want to save some meat for the dinner table. so to speak. That's why I made these rounds. It's really not necessary to hit a deer that hard, to be honest with you. But most of my shots here will be, maximum maybe 60 yards or so. So you don't really have to have a super powerful cartridge. But I wanted to get this old rifle out and give it a try here at the last part of the season. Everything's pretty quiet right now, so let's go ahead and get up in the tree stand. Well, I made it up here in the tree stand. Got settled in real good. I'm just going to sit here and stay real quiet. See if anything comes in. Might get a shot this afternoon, you never know. I see a scrape down here that looks like it's been freshened up recently. Might have a good buck come along, you never know. But like I said, I'd settle for a nice sized doe. So anyway, I'll keep you posted. I see some movement right there. Moving to the left. That's a good sized doe right there. Wait till she gets in this opening right here. Well, folks, that's a pretty good sized doe right there. She came in, there were several more deer with her, but I wanted to harvest one more before the end of the season to get some more meat in my freezer. So I'll get down and take a look. I think I hit that deer pretty good. But she went down there towards that holler there in front of me. But we'll give her a few minutes and should be able to find that deer pretty quickly. So stick with me there. Well, folks, I shot that deer up there on that hill, right up there where my stand is, about 50 yards out. And she ran down here, and she's laying right there. That's a big old doe. Well, what I want to do now, I've got a little dog that I've been trying to train to track deer. And what I want to do is put her on the lead and see if she'll track this deer. And, you know, anytime you want to train a dog, this is a perfect kind of scenario. Put your dog on a known deer trail, one that you've shot, and see how well they perform, you know. They'll never learn until you try, you know, until you get them out there and actually have them tracking a deer that's been hit. So let's go get the little dog and see how well she does. Well, folks, let me introduce you to our little Jack Russell. This is Penny. Like I say, I've been trying to teach her how to trail game, especially deer, and there was hardly any blood trail at all on this deer that I just shot. So I'm going to take her back to the spot and see if she'll pick up the trail. So come along with us. Come on, girl. Find a deer. Find a deer. She's all excited. All right, take her back down here. Deer was standing right about here. See if she picks it up there. Looking already. Find it, girl. She got her nose to the ground. Oh, come around, Trey. You're going the right direction. Way to go. All right. Find a deer. She's going exactly the way that deer ran. She's on trail now. Okay. She's pulling now. She's pulling now. She's right on it. There's that deer. Yeah. Yeah. Good girl. Yeah. There's that deer. There's that deer. Good girl. Good girl.
Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. That's where the bullet came out. I hit in the shoulder on the other side and exited right there. So that's a big doe right there, buddy. That'll make some good eating. Good girl. Yeah, that's a good girl. Good girl. Yeah. You found that deer. Yes, you did. Well, that deer came up from off that hill there and ran down here about 100 yards or so. And that's really kind of what I wanted, is a nice fat doe. Let's check the entry wound here. Oh, it's a big old doe. Big old doe right there. Yep. Perfect right there. Right behind the shoulder. That'll make for some more meat. All right. I'm proud of this little dog. You liked that, didn't you, huh? You liked that. Yes, you did. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. That's a good girl. Come on, come up here. Good girl. Good girl, Penny. Yeah, I'll be doing some more training. With this little dog. I've got a deer leg that I saved, and I'll save one off this doe and drag it through the woods and see how well she trails it. But once she got on that trail up there, I didn't find the exact spot where this deer was, but once she got on it, she pulled. She kind of zigzagged through some of that small timber right there and came right down here. I could tell when she starts huffing, that I know she's on the trail then. So she came straight to it after that. This is what it takes to train a tracking dog. You know, you got to put them on a trail. So I'm going to get this deer, get it out of here, get it dressed, and get it hung up. And it looks like I'll have my work cut out for me for tomorrow. So we'll see you then. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that little deer hunting video. I wanted to bring you something a little bit different this time by the use of my little dog here in trailing that deer. This is the last day of deer season here in Tennessee. There's a youth hunt coming up, I think a week from now, so I'm going to try and get my grandson out and harvest his first deer. But been a pretty good deer season so far, and I brought you a few hunts. Not as many as I would have liked to, but you know, it's been pretty good overall. This little dog we got a little over a year ago, and I could see that she started showing some promise in trailing game, and I wanted to utilize that and let her trail some deer, you know, that we've shot at. A good friend of mine shot a deer, pretty nice buck, about a few months ago, and we trailed that animal and trailed it for long ways, you know, many yards. I think we trailed that over a mile, and she stayed on the trail the whole time, but we did not recover that deer because it was later found out that that deer was still alive. So, you know, you can't find them if they're not down. But the other two trails that I've put her on, she's found the deer every time. So she's showing a lot of promise now. And I've been out here in the yard using this old deer leg tied on with a drag string, and I drag it out through the yard and through the woods here and just let her trail it. And then when she finds it, the leg, I really make a big deal out of it and give her a lot of praise, because, you know, that's what they live for. I mean, they just want our approval. And if you've got a dog, doesn't matter what size, no, this is a small dog, doesn't matter what size dog it is, as long as they have a good nose, you know. If they can smell that trail and lead you right to that downed animal, you know, that may come in real handy for you one day, because more often than not, Some of these deer either don't leave a blood trail or leave a very scant trail, or sometimes the blood trail runs out and you need to try to find that deer. Well, when you can't smell that deer, all you can do is visually try to track that deer. But when you run out of a blood trail and you have no idea where that deer went, that's when a dog like this comes in real handy, because that nose right there will find that deer for you, provided that deer is down. And that's what it takes to make a good trailing dog. You got to get them out and get them on an actual trail. This works fine to keep their nose focused on what they're trying to look for, but when you put them on an actual deer trail, that's what makes a dog. I used to bird hunt years ago, and the only way to make a good bird dog is to get them in birds, quail and pheasants, whatever it is you hunt. They're never going to improve any unless you actually put them on real game. And that's what I'm doing here. Here, come on, girl. Come here, girl. Here. Come here, girl. All right, good girl. Come on. All right, good girl. Good girl. All right, folks. Come on up here. Well, in conclusion, there's something that I forgot to mention about this little dog. It's been almost 2 years now since we got her. I know I said it was about a year, but it's actually been about 2 years. And we got her from a rescue shelter where they rescue animals from abused homes and, let me just say, less than ideal conditions. And I brought her home here. My wife and I brought her home. And I get her out here in the woods and fields. There's plenty of places for her to explore, and she just absolutely loves it. When we're inside and I get this lead out, she gets all excited and gets all happy because she knows that we're getting ready to go outside. So if you have a dog, a beloved pet, and you'd like to make a trailing dog out of it, get them in the outdoors with you. It'll bring you and your dog much closer. And I'll have some upcoming videos on how to make a trailing dog if you're a deer hunter. But that'll be coming up soon. I've got some other videos that I'd like to bring you as well. Well, let me also say in conclusion that I appreciate you watching the video. I hope you got something out of it and that you enjoyed it. And also, remember, if you can get outdoors and you like to go hunting, fishing, hiking, shooting, camping, whatever it is, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And also, remember to hit that like button, smash the bell icon, and subscribe. That way you'll know when more videos like this will be coming your way. So until next time, my friends, y'all take care and enjoy the great outdoors. We'll see you.